How you doing? Today we're going to talk a little bit about bands and chains when bench pressing. Using the bands and chains when you bench press is a great way to develop explosive power. They teach you to outrun the lift. You have to create more speed as you go through the lift. If you've got 50 pounds of band or chain tension, your 100-pound bench press at the bottom becomes 150 pounds at the top. You have to create more explosive power as you drive through. We're going to set up a couple of different ways to show you basic ways to use the bench press, bands, and chains. All right? These are great tools. They're going to help you out a lot. I hope you learned something. Hey, how you doing? This is Coach Scarpulla here. We're going to show you today how the right way to set up bands and chains when bench pressing. We're going to start out with the chains. When we do the chains, we do it this way here. We start out the setup, we cut 32-inch lengths like this, and we have 4 or 5 together. What we do is we put them on a round ring, and then we have a clip that unclips for the lead chain. The lead chain has to be light. You want the lead chain weightless. So we have it like this, and we make it so we can adjust the height very easily because they're going to be different heights for the bench press as opposed to the squat. We make them so we clip on, slide the chain on, clip it on the loop, boom, instantly done. We have chains. This chain here is 25 pounds. This is the black chain. We have them color-coded. We just put electrical tape around the chain so they're color-coded so we can easily identify which chains we're using. All right, you want it, when you set it up, you want to make it so when you put it on the bar, when you come down at the bottom of the bench press, it's relatively weightless at the bottom or close to it. If you can get it all the way down, that's great. A little up is good also. Some people set it up like this. That's wrong. That is an incorrect way to use the chains because they won't deload. It's the same thing as hanging more weight on the bar. So again, you want it to the bottom of the lift, it's like this. We hang them on here, and then we have what's called quick clips. These blue chains that we have here, you see these are color-coded in blue. These are 10 pounds a piece, and we can quick clip them on or take them off to fit the individual lifter or the weight that we need. These are a great way to set these up like this. You can see this is just a utility clip onto the chain. Clips on, clips off. All right, again, when you're at the bottom of the lift, you want to make it so that at the bottom of the lift, when you come down, it's almost weightless on the bottom. As you drive, it gets progressively heavier. Again, the quick clips go on, boom, 25-pound becomes a 35-pound chain. These chains at 32 inches can be used for the squat. Same thing in the squat, you put them on the same way. At the bottom, or the deadlift, at the bottom of the movement, they're relatively weightless. As you drive through, they become full extension, or as full extension as possible, in this case on the bench press. That's how you set up the bands. That's how you set up the chains. Let's go have a look at the bands. How you doing? It's Coach Scarpulla here. Today we're going to show you how to set up bands for the bench press. Setting up bands for the bench press is a little different than setting up chains for the bench press, but it's the same concept. It's going to give you progressive overload as you drive through the course of the lift. We normally start out, we use the mini bands. These are mini bands, and we normally set them up like this. We bring a dumbbell over. We'll set a dumbbell up about 6 inches directly in front of the bench. We set a heavy dumbbell up. We'll roll it over so that we have the dumbbell set up directly in front. Put a small plate, 2.5-pound plate, on both sides of the dumbbell. I have to hold it secure so it doesn't roll back and forth. And you bring it 6 inches out so that it will be straight up and down when you bench press. When you're running your bench press stroke, it'll be straight up and down. We simply take the band, put it underneath the dumbbell, make sure it's not twisted. All right, bring it up, hook it onto the bench. You can do it 2 different ways. You set one side, make it easier, bring it over, and the other. Or you can bring both up at the same time, doesn't really matter. Now you got the bench set up. Both sides, equal distance. Get set in the bench, take it out. When you come down, there's tension on there, but not as much on the top. As you drive through, progressively overloads. This is how we set it up for speed bench. We do this sometimes on max day. It's a great way to develop explosive power. Explosive speed is what it's all about. You have to develop speed to carry the force through the lift. Bands are a great way to help you do that.